Some people like to say that a father is a girl's first love, and that the daughter-father relationship is like no other. My dad is like no other. My dad is hardworking, supportive, and an inspiration to all. In 2008, I almost lost my dad. He was jumping off a balcony to get his cigarettes from his truck when he slipped and fell and hit his head on the bottom floor of the apartment. He was in a coma for 10 weeks, and he wasn't supposed to get better. My parents had been divorced for about a few years before then. My dad wasn't around a lot, and he was a bit focused on himself and his girlfriends at the time. He was a bit of a ladies' man. We would see my dad every couple of weekends. He would take us to amusement parks and arcades and all kinds of fun things we did together. It was a little rare to hang out with him, but it was always really fun. When he fell off the balcony, I was 10 years old, living with my mom and my brother at the time. It wasn't weird that we didn't see him for a while because he didn't come around super often. My mom knew what had happened, but wanted to wait to tell us until after she knew what was going to be the outcome of his accident. My dad likes to think he's invincible now because he survived, and the only long-term damage that he got was a loss of his sense of smell. This was a turning point for my dad because he realized it was time to live for his kids. His kids became his world. My dad has been my rock ever since. I lived with my mom until I was 17, in which my dad got me out of her custody and away from her abusive husband. My dad spent everything he could to get me out of her house and into his. This is where the fun began because I had never gotten the opportunity to live with my dad before that moment. My dad is a union carpenter, and a dang good one at that. He's always had a great work ethic and is a great person to work alongside of. He brings positive energy to your room right after he wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day. He wakes up full of energy as if he drank 5 energy drinks right off the bat. A madman he is, running around his site at 6 in the morning with a big bright smile on his face. My dad wakes up every morning, bright and early at 4 in the morning, to drive for Uber, and then he goes to work his construction job until about 4, and then he'll come home at 6 after driving Uber again. He does all of this to provide for his family of 6 at home. This man is for his family. I idolize this about him. My dad taught me my whole life to be a hard worker with a good attitude. I aspire to be like him in these ways. At every job I've had, I've put my whole heart into that job. We both have this type of work ethic that some see as competitive and get envious of, and we are confident in our work ethic, so some call us cocky. But we both know our worth and know that we are humble people just trying to do our best and get the job done. If we worked in the same job together, the job couldn't handle us both. My dad is also a very supportive father. Like I said before, he got custody of me because he knew I needed a safer home to live in that would be a loving and supportive place to be. My dad supports me in everything I've ever wanted to do. He practiced volleyball with me in high school, and he supports me in my college journey now. I know that whatever life throws me, he will be there. Just the other day, I was delivering pizzas, and I had a bit of a rough night with a customer. I called my dad, and he assured me that everything would be okay. He told me that O'Neills get taken advantage of because we are too nice, and that we are hardworking, and it's not always a good thing, but it's our hearts that make us good people. Forget about the bad people and learn from our mistakes, and become better worker from that. He talked to me for 20 minutes while I was driving around, and he made my night 100% better. My dad brings me the energy I need to keep going in life. It's not always about making him proud. I've already made him proud, because him and I are the same person. I represent him in everything that I do. My dad is my biggest inspiration. He cooks very good, he's a hard worker, and he gets along with others so well. And he has a giant heart. My dad drives a little too fast and sadly has genetically passed it on to me, but hey, we were both pizza delivery drivers and it's important to get our deliveries done fast. When I deliver pizzas at Domino's, I always think about my dad. He has amazing customer service, is an all-around fun guy to be around, and I strive to be just like him. As I get older, I see that we are the same. O'Neills are hardworking and supportive, and we are filled with love.